Hi there guys, I hope you are having a good day. Now Tyson Fury has obviously responded to Deontay Wilder, and this was what he had to say about a potential trilogy fight with him after all of what he has said. This is what he said. Wilder tried to bring my character down with this bullshit. If I was like the rest of the world, I would probably sue him for defamation of character for 100 million. But I'm not really interested. He'll never get a shot at me. Never. For what he said. So there we go, that is what Tyson Fury has had to say, and he's explained he will not take a fight with Deontay Wilder, and who can blame him for what Wilder has said about him after that fight? Because, I mean, even Gareth A. Davis, who'd done the interview with Tyson Fury, said that he was in the dressing room when Tyson Fury was preparing to go out and fight Deontay Wilder. So if he was there, and he saw the officials there watching Tyson Fury's hands be wrapped to go into the gloves, and Jay Diaz was there as well, we even see that in a video. We see Jay Diaz watching Tyson Fury getting his hands wrapped. So you can see these are just conspiracy theories that have been latched onto by Deontay Wilder, and you cannot blame the WBC Heavyweight World Champion for saying that after he's said all of those things about him, he's not going to fight him. Now Tyson Fury even said he's worried for Deontay Wilder's mental state, because he said forget boxing because it's done. He said his boxing career is over after all of these claims, because we've never heard claims like this before in the sport of boxing. It's just unbelievable the amount of excuses. You would think that going off of what Deontay Wilder has said, the whole world was against him in that ring when he fought Tyson Fury. There was nothing like that going on. If anything, I actually think the referee was biased towards Deontay Wilder. If he was biased towards any fighter in that ring, it was definitely Deontay Wilder, not Tyson Fury. Go and watch the fight again, you'll see it, because he even takes a point away from Tyson Fury. Yes, Fury was making it rough in there, but it didn't warrant him taking a point away. Definitely not. And there was a few more knockdowns in there as well that the referee did not count. So you can see the referee wasn't on Tyson Fury's side. And why would a trainer of Deontay Wilder, who's been there with him for years, be on Tyson Fury's side? So it's just ludicrous, all of these things that Wilder is coming out with. And Tyson Fury, he's not going to want to fight him now. Why would he? Why would he want to give him the opportunity, especially if he's not contracted and obligated to do so? And the saddest part is you have to wonder whether Deontay Wilder even believes all of this what he is saying himself, or whether it's just a media stunt, because Tyson Fury also explained it's funny how he waited for the contract to expire, then he comes out and starts talking. That is kind of weird, because if he had all of these worries, why not say them before? Why not express his concerns after the fight? But he didn't. He didn't do any of that. His fans did, of course, because they've hyped him up so much and given everyone else so much stick, so they had to find excuses for Wilder. So obviously you can see the fans why they done it. But Deontay Wilder himself didn't say a single thing until the contract expired. Then he finally says something. This kind of behaviour is very strange from Wilder, and it does tell you that there is a pattern emerging. You could see that before the Tyson Fury fight, when he was supposed to be fighting Anthony Joshua, and they were trying to get that deal done. He would wait until Anthony Joshua had an opponent, then he would say he wanted the fight, and express his interest in fighting Anthony Joshua, but when Joshua was free to fight, he was impossible to deal with. Would not accept offers, would not accept meetings. When he sent Anthony Joshua an offer, he would not even put it into a contract for AJ to read or Eddie Hearn. And even when he did accept an offer, which he did at one point, he then went completely silent. So you can see this kind of strange behaviour from Deontay Wilder, not just after the Tyson Fury rematch, but throughout his career, especially with regards to big fights such as Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. Let's remember the reason why Deontay Wilder took the Tyson Fury fight. He was in a position where he was constantly turning down fights with Anthony Joshua. It's true, he did not want to fight Anthony Joshua. If he did, then he did not push it through. Maybe it was his team, we don't know. But ultimately, at the end of the day, that fight never happened. So he needed a big fight to show everyone that he was interested in being number one. So Tyson Fury was coming back, a fighter who had been back for 6 months. He decided to get him in the ring. And let's not forget the plan of Deontay Wilder. We are going to freeze out Anthony Joshua. that is kind of the whole game he had with the Tyson Fury situation. But it hasn't worked out for him in the end, has it? So Wilder was planning to do that with Anthony Joshua when he was fighting at Tyson Fury. And what that was Deontay Wilder taking a big fight against Tyson Fury, then making it seem like he does want the big fights and big opponents, big names on his resume, and thus avoiding Anthony Joshua once again. But the reason why he fought Tyson Fury is because he'd only been back for 6 months. You don't fight someone who's been out of the ring for, 3 years, ballooned up in weight like Tyson Fury did, and then try and get them back in the ring as soon as you possibly can after a comeback. Anthony Joshua said he wouldn't even fight Tyson Fury at that point. He would wait for him to get back to his best, and then he would fight him, because then he would know that the best Tyson Fury is in front of him. So this strange kind of behaviour from Deontay Wilder is nothing new. That's because he's been putting on this bravado that he wants the big fights. And he is number one, he is the best thing since sliced bread, all of that. But at the end of the day, he's carefully plotted his way through the heavyweight division, and he's tried to avoid the tough tests, and ultimately tried to fool his fans into believing that he wants to be number one. He wants to fight Tyson Fury at his best, and Anthony Joshua, when realistically what he's tried to do is avoid those tough challenges. That is why he remained undefeated for so long, because if you are that good, you have different dimensions. You can change and adjust as you get to that level. Deontay Wilder cannot do that. We've seen it. He has one big punch, that is what he relies on. If you are an elite level heavyweight, you have more than just one big punch to get you out of jail. Wilder does not have that. Look at Anthony Joshua, look at Tyson Fury. They can go off the back foot. They can go forwards, they can stand there and have a boxing match, they can stand there and have a fight. They can do it many different ways. Wilder can do it one way, that is going off the front foot and using that big power punch. He draws it back to his hip and then throws it, making sure his opponent is on the end of the punch. But when he's in there with an elite level operator like Tyson Fury, you need more than just one big punch, and he was found wanting when he rose to that level. And he was found out. That is what this is all about. He has been found out. This kind of behaviour has been apparent throughout the entirety of Deontay Wilder's career. Many people are now seeing it. Guys, anyway, what are your thoughts on this? Tyson Fury has explained he will not give Deontay Wilder an opportunity after all of the things that he said after that fight on February 22nd, 2020. Guys, anyway, drop your thoughts on this in the comments below, leave a thumbs up, and subscribe if you are new. Thanks, guys.